Right now, we are talking to Trina Dolenz from Tool Academy. Trina, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Fine, thank you.
Excellent. For people that haven't seen Tool Academy, they're missing out, for one, but it's a bunch of guys that could be described as tools on a show where you try to improve them, essentially. Try to get these guys to not be such tools.
Yes, and with the help of their girlfriends, of course, because they got put up to do this on TV by their girlfriends. So the girlfriends and I work on them, and I'm the therapist.
And what's your background? Like, what qualifies you to be a tool changer?
Well, I'm a couples psychotherapist. I was trained in England and had a private practice there. And I've always wanted to do it on television. I think that it makes good TV, and obviously in a reality show it's fun. So there's a sort of, humorous, fun, and, terrifying side to it all. And it goes out to, load of people so they can watch and see how the relationship changes. Mm-hmm. So I think it's fascinating to put it out on TV. But my background is English training and a practice in London.
Excellent. On the show, the guys are super tools. They're like way over the top. Did you ever encounter somebody that bad when you were in your real practice?
Well, funny enough, I think yes. In a way that bad. Maybe not exhibiting all the things at the same time, because, these guys have got sort of every tool qualification. Cheating is a big thing, and of course I see that all the time. They may not look like these guys, and that's the biggest thing.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are sort of covered in tattoos, and they got the sticky up hair. So they kind of have a look to them, which I might not have seen. But, as far as, being disrespectful and, not treating their girlfriends right, yeah, I do see that.
Why do girls get into relationships like that? That's always what I've wondered. Like, I know there's certain guys that are bad behind their girlfriends' backs, or they do things and the girlfriends try not to acknowledge it, but these guys are, like, mean and disrespectful and rude to their girlfriends' faces, and, like, they just point blank, like, I don't care, I want to have other girls, I'm not going to marry you, I don't want to be with you, and these girls stay with them. Like, what's the...
I know that's the biggest sort of anxiety point at this stage that the audience has, is why on earth are they with them? And of course the answer is, in a way, that the girls feel the most comfortable being with these sort of guys. And I'm afraid, although we don't ask them on the show, they have been treated like that by their parents, or someone in their lives has made them feel that bad. So they're actually used to it. They're comfortable in this kind of relationship.
That's
and so
interesting.
It's not that awful for them. We sit and watch it thinking, God, why don't you get out? But it's okay to them. So they have to change too.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I've always wondered that. I've said you meet some girls out there that are gorgeous and beautiful, and then they're with these douchebag-type guys, and I've always thought that same thing. There's got to be something that happened to them earlier in their life that would make them think that's okay. So it's nice to hear from a professional that usually is the case.
It is, and so what looks like on the show, I work on the guys, their tools, but what actually happens is that if you change one part of the system, the other part changes automatically. So although I'm not counseling the girl so much, she has to change when he changes. And so she gets a lot of lovely growth and empowerment. As you change the power balance in the relationship, you take some away from him, she suddenly puffs up. And that's lovely to see on the program. Mm-hmm. These girls suddenly kind of going, ooh, hold on a minute. I don't really have to take this anymore. And so that's really nice. What
can somebody do, like, if, somebody that's listening right now, if they've got a friend that's in one of these relationships, like a girlfriend, that's dating a total tool guy, is there any advice for either the tool or for the girl that's with the tool?
I think it's hard. Friends always give advice, and therapy is never advice giving. And the trouble is that people don't listen to it. So, whatever you say, the bond in a relationship is so much stronger than any friend can do. I'm sure everybody feels that they've got a friend, as you say, and they're talking to a brick wall, because the person doesn't really take on board their advice. And, oh my goodness, they're back doing it again. So the bond is so strong. It's the only way is usually through something sort of very powerful, or remothering, or something that happens in therapy. So, you can give advice, but very often it doesn't work.
So the real advice would be seek some professional help.
Yes, and the thing is that, in a sense, a relationship, it's a bit heavy this, but a relationship in itself is like professional help. You may take years in your relationship to learn the lessons, but the relationship will teach you. So, by eventually a girl leaving a guy, she's sort of finally learning her lessons. So something may happen in their lives where she suddenly gets the power to leave, and that will give her some lesson in life not to pick a guy like that again.
Excellent. Have you ever had any experience in your past with tools? Like, personally, have you ever dated a guy that was a tool, or do you avoid them?
Well, no, now I got trained later in life, so I probably married one, but I did divorce him.
Well, that's good to know that even you, as a professional tool fixer, even you can fall for a tool sometimes.
Of course. Yes, I think we all can, I'm afraid, at times.
Excellent.
We can also be tools, so...
that's true.
It's not static.
Very true. Trina Dolenz, she's the couples therapist and expert on Tool Academy. It's on VH1, very funny show. Check it out. Trina, thanks so much for joining us this morning on The Big J Show. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.